Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today, we are with Patricia Diduch from Rockton. The Yeti Festival is what got our attention, but I'm sure you have other festivals throughout the winter and the spring, and we'll talk about those as well. But first of all, Patricia, give us a little background on you. Where did you grow up? Talk about your career in the process of getting your current position with Rockton.
Well, it's a kind of convoluted path to being the event manager for the Rockton Yeti Fest. But I grew up in Park Ridge near O'Hare Airport and got a urban planning degree from the University of Illinois and started working in New Lenox in the southwest suburbs. Headed out to McChesney Park and just kind of fell in love with the Rockford region. Kind of felt like it was a often much aligned or maligned area, and came out here and was like, this place is fantastic and considerably cheaper to live than the Chicago suburbs. So home it is. And so I've been working for the Village of Rockton for about 10 years now. And I was hired as the economic or planning and development administrator. So I do still do that. But very much what I realized coming out to this area that the best form of economic development for me to implement was embracing our downtown, embracing what was organic to our community. And our community has a lot of really passionate people who love downtown Rockton, love being Rockton residents, and really felt like this was a place that needed to be shared with the world a little bit here. So,
what made you think career-wise that community involvement was your calling?
It is always something that has just been very strongly me. I can remember as a little girl, 6, 7, 8 years old, knowing that whatever talents that I found myself with as I continued to grow up, that I needed to give them back to the world in some way. I've got 2 out of my other or my 3 siblings are high school teachers. So must have been something that my parents just instilled in us without I guess maybe too many lectures, because we're very committed to whatever little good you can do for the world, try and find a way to do it.
Love it. I love it. God bless your family for doing that for you.
Thank you.
Hey, so tell us about Yeti Fest. When is it? And if you were coming to town, what would it look like?
So it is a 4-day event. It's kind of light in the early days. So it starts on a Wednesday, finishes off on Saturday. Saturday is definitely the bulk of the activities.
Right.
But Wednesday, you're certainly more than welcome to come start watching. We have snow sculptors who the teams come and do. I've been corrected on this. It is not a competition. It is an exhibition. So they are all people who have competed in the state of Illinois competition. Quite a few of them have also even made it to the nationals in Lake Geneva in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah, but these are people who are kind of past the crazy competitive times and just want to do it for fun, for the camaraderie. Right. So it's pretty cool. You'll see people that kind of stop by every day and just want to check on the progress of the sculptures. All of the teams are really friendly, and so they'll talk to people about the process and all of that. But it really is incredibly amazing to see what the snow sculptors can put together. And then the other thing that is the main activity that has started on that Wednesday is that we have a Yeti scavenger hunt throughout downtown. And so we have an eclectic group of stuffed Yetis that get moved or that are at different shops, and you can just go and you don't have to buy anything, but just go experience the downtown and look for these Yetis. And then you have 4 days to do it. So then on Saturday you can get a prize. But yeah, that's the beginning of it. And then Friday night is kind of when like the fun stuff kicks off, or the really fun stuff. We have an adult onesie pub crawl. So knowing that it's going to be cold, grab your favorite adult onesie. The tackier, the better. In Rockton, there is a healthy dose of kitsch that kind of permeates through all of our festivals. So if you have that, or if you're looking for a legitimate reason to kind of dress like a dork or get some attention that way, Rockton is the place to come. So yeah, that's Friday night. And then Saturday's a hot cocoa crawl for the family. We have it's great to see a lot of people make this like a yearly tradition. So they collect the mugs and everything, and that's a lot of fun. And then this year we're introducing, it's called the Snowball. And this will close off Yeti Fest. And it's going to be about 250 people. We're working really hard to get an ABBA band or an ABBA impersonator band. But it's
why ABBA?
Well, there's a Nordic theme that kind of runs through Yeti Fest. If you participate in the scavenger hunt, you'll notice that 4 of our Yetis are named after the 4 ABBA bandmates. And the rest of the Yetis, there's a Sven, there's an Einar, there's Lars, there's all of these names. So we try to keep that Nordic kitsch to it. So we thought ABBA would be, definitely appropriate. The color schemes go for it, a little bit of tackiness. But then we also thought with how much that people love Stranger Things. There's a snowball, if you are familiar with Stranger Things, that's kind of runs throughout the seasons. And we're going to try our very best to recreate what Hollywood thinks is a middle school, high school appropriate decoration for one of those dances. Yeah. And attendees will be encouraged to wear the middle school, high school dance wear that was popular when they were kids at that time. If not, just whatever they can find. We will accept people dressed in regular clothes. But again, that healthy dose of kitsch throughout all of our festivals.
That's great. That's great. How long have you been doing this?
Yeti Fest, this will be our 8th year, which is kind of crazy to think of that. 8 years of this. And really, quite honestly, this was just a brainchild of, it's February. How do we get people outdoors and enjoying, what you can do outdoors with like snowshoeing and, our local parks. And it's kind of evolved into what it is. And if nothing else, there's a Bumble Yeti. We call them the Rockton Yeti. And people just love to take photos with this Bumble Yeti. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. All right. Well, I tell you what, how do people find out more about Yeti Fest and some of the other events that you have going on through the year?
So we have a Facebook page dedicated particularly to the festival, Rockton Yeti Fest. And shortly, in the next few weeks, we are going to have a website dedicated purely to downtown Rockton and all of its community events, all the resources, essentially a little more touristy, so that you know exactly how you can spend your time and have a good time. So
fantastic. Thank you so much for being on with us, Patricia. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Jake.
You bet. Well, baby, I'm on it.